that every month starting over, they didn't have predictable cash. They weren't sure how to, to get that happening. So it's almost like being a car salesman. You have a great month, and it's like, okay, the calendar switches pages, and you're starting from ground zero again. So one of the things that we often encourage our clients to do is to go look at acquiring another company. Talk to competitors in your business. We are constantly amazed at how people are afraid to go talk to their competition.
That's right.
They're deathly afraid, and a lot of the excuses we'll hear, or the reasons why we'll hear is, well, gee, I don't want to let out the secret about this or the secret about that, and it's like, come on, really?
They're all disguises for that lack of confidence and know-how to go approach not only competitors but just other small businesses. It's an amazing world.
Yeah, I think it comes back to, you mentioned the confidence. It's knowing, okay, well, what do I say to that person, right? How do I approach that person? And so we'll put this all under the big guys of market research or marketing. Looking to acquire a company is marketing, because marketing is going to help drive sales, drive growth of the company. And it's one of those areas that's often overlooked. And so to go look and acquire a company, and this is a great example of how, even though he didn't acquire the company he went and looked at, it came back with a great idea for him, a couple of great ideas for him, actually, okay? And the first one was, he went in to talk to this owner, and his business was set up as such he would have hour-long sessions, and people would pay in chunks. They'd buy a session here, they'd buy multiple sessions there to kind of meet with our client. And what this competitor was doing was, he had 3-month or 6-month or 12-month contracts. The idea being that they would commit to a certain amount of time, and every month they'd get charged a certain fee for being part of that. So wait a minute, that's nice predictable cash flow, right? Not only that, this guy also offered the idea, so instead of doing things in 1-hour sessions, how about doing them in half-hour sessions? And he charged a little more for that, versus what would be just half of the hour, but he charged a little more for that. But here's another opportunity. So he found this couple opportunities just from this one discussion from this guy, right? So now these aren't trade secrets. This is not like this guy invented the idea of doing this subscription-based model, or or kind of buying a membership almost to a certain extent. So it wasn't like that he was going against any sort of confidentiality. He was saying, hey, this is a good idea, great idea. Right. I can take it and put it back into my business.
Well, so many small business owners are again afraid to engage, so those kinds of thoughts and practices are never known to them. So it's and the reason that so many people don't do it, they're afraid on the other side of giving out too much information and creating all these competitors, and I'm going to go out of business. That's just total nonsense. It doesn't work that way. Even in our 7 keys to success, we'll gladly give those out to anyone who wants them. And basically, they're free to do what they want with them. But our experience shows they aren't going to get too far with those unless they're our coaching client. We're working in this partnership to develop those. So that's good information. There's a lot of good information out there. But opening up and going after it, that's what seems to be missing by so many of these small business owners.
And if I recall, it wasn't like we talked to our client about this and going to talk to competitors. He's like, oh, it's the greatest idea ever. And he went the next day and did it. It was, as many things are. We talk about it numerous times. And it was over a few months, he finally said, okay, our clients have to be ready to hear a suggestion. That's Even though we've said it numerous times. Many people told us, I know you've told me this 18 times before, but I was ready to hear it today. So he was ready to hear it that day. And so this is about 5 years ago when he finally made that jump to go talk to this guy, right? So he went from 0 predictable cash flow. We were just talking about this actually last week with him. And it's over half his revenue now. It's predictable each month. He knows coming in from each month. He's not coming in at 0 each month. He's coming in, he's got more than half that revenue that's already in there. You can see it. People that are on those contracts of 3 months or 6 months or 12-month contract.
That's transformed his attitude, his confidence, everything about his business now.
That's right. He's very calmed down, right? So that